Hi, and welcome to Positively Psyched with Rod Loudon. Is your sex life alive and growing or wilting and dying? Today, I'll be going over some of the reasons for why your sex life might be in trouble, and then look at solutions to get your sex life back on track. And if you're in California and thinking of starting some counseling, please email or call me to set up a free consultation. For many, intimacy and deep love are the most valuable things in the universe. Intimacy is everything from a smile to sex. A lot of the work I do with couples is helping them to produce more intimacy and then become superheroes in the protection of their intimacy. Over the decades, I've had so many couples come to see me and their sex life is on life support or has died. They failed to protect their sexuality and the health of their relationship severely declined. I have yet to meet a person whose goal was to get into a relationship and then give up sex. Let's take a look at some of the reasons as to why this happens. One step down this path is when a couple decides to sleep in separate rooms. A lot of times, this is due to one partner snoring, and the solution is separate bedrooms. Another reason is different work schedules, and one partner not wanting to wake up their partner when coming home and going to bed. We all know how valuable sleep is, so sleeping in different rooms is a reasonable solution to a lot of couples. But there can be unintended consequences to the solution, including a lot less sex. Another step down this path is the birth of a child or parenting. I've seen a lot of couples start therapy when their newly born is about 9 months old. Their world has been flipped upside down. They are exhausted. Sex? Are you kidding? Who has time and the desire for sex is a common statement. Couples can also find themselves on the no sex path when there are other important needs of the relationship not being met. This creates a lot of bitterness and anger. And anger is a great tool if you want to push someone away. So unresolved issues in the relationship are a direct threat to a couple's sexuality. Also, as one gets older, things like erectile disappointment and menopause can throw a wrench into a couple's sex life. Constant change is one of the things we can count on, life providing. Failure to adapt to changes can lead to a lot of unhappiness. So, what can you do to better protect your sexuality under these and other circumstances? First, it is really important to own the responsibility of generating and protecting intimacy. It is each partner's job to take equal responsibility in making sure sex is not allowed to just slip away. This means being aware of the state of your sex life and talking about ways to keep it alive while other demands are calling as well. The reality is that in a lot of cases, hey, we got 5 minutes, let's go, may be the solution to not having had sex in a while. Flexibility, no pun intended, is a very important tool in the relationship tool shed that can be used to protect sexuality. And as life puts more demands on our time, it is important to adjust and be creative. Also, date/sex night may need to be scheduled. I know this doesn't sound romantic, but it may be the solution if a couple is struggling to make time for sex. Dealing with stress and unresolved issues in the relationship is also a must. If you are struggling to do this together, try couples counseling and make sure that you both feel heard by the therapist. I'm always on the side of the relationship when I work with couples. Remember, whatever the state of your relationship, you create it together. It will take both of you to create something else. So no blaming or shaming your partner. If you both take responsibility for protecting your sexuality, it will be far easier to bring about positive change. Next, bring creativity into the bedroom. Be vulnerable with each other by working to create a safe and loving environment where judgment and shame can't live. Trust and vulnerability set the stage for intimacy and sexuality to flow. If these have been damaged, you need to work to repair them and make sure that the learning has taken place, thus reducing the likelihood of the same mistake happening again. Lastly, the most common complaint I hear from men is their partner never initiates sex. Thus, it is always on them to initiate, and if they are constantly getting turned down, they become increasingly frustrated and are less likely to try and initiate sex. They take things into their own hands, so to speak. So ladies, try to initiate once in a while. This will make your partner feel significant, important to you. Men, the most common complaint I hear from women is that their partner wants sex at inopportune times and there's a lack of romance and foreplay. Men, believe it or not, women are not like us. We have a very clear sign of when we're ready to go. Take the time to help them relax and get into the mood. Make your woman feel cherished and safe so that she can relax into the mood and have space to connect with you. Again, if you live in California and you're thinking of working through some issues in counseling, please email or call me for a free consultation. And if you've liked what you've heard in today's video, please subscribe. Until next time, namaste.